Meghalaya's Voice of the People's Party on Friday gave a 24-hour ultimatum to the National People's Party-led state government. Addressing a large group of supporters in Shillong, VPP President Basaiawmoit said if the government fails to issue a notification to put on hold all government job recruitment processes, they will take to the streets in protest. All four MLAs of the party, Ardent, Brightstawel Marbaniang, Adelbert Nongrum and Heaving Stone Kharpran were present at the gathering.
But in the absence of a strong and effective leadership, the revolution is bound to fail.
On the sidelines, EastMojo caught up with Basaiawmoit, who clarified the party's position on the raging issue.
Why has this decision been taken?
You see why we have to give this kind of an ultimatum. Because in the first letter that we submitted to the government, we had asked the government to convene for a special session so that we can discuss the issue inside the house and to sort out the problem that comes out from this roster system in the implementation of the reservation policy in the state. But unfortunately, the government did not pay any heed at all. So since we are very much serious and we know that the present government is calling for an employment process, is conducting an employment process where they invite, where they advertise the post. So we want that the government should put on hold all employment processes as far as the government could not review the reservation policy.
The people are protesting about the demand for more jobs, whereas here we have the VPP asking to put on hold the recruitment process.
You see, the demand to create more jobs is not only the concern of few people. We are all also concerned about creating more jobs. But since we know that in Meghalaya there are two main tribes where the government is following the reservation policy framed by the government itself. And in this policy we find that there is a problem. The problem is with the reservation policy, since it is not being reserved according to the population structure of the people living in the state.
You know, many had said that why is the VPP doing this? They are making a huge mistake, because once if you touch on the reservation policy, then it's going to be it'll be a mistake, because then the Khasi Jaintia and the Garos will miss out on that reservation that is already there.
No, that was wrong. Maybe that apprehension is unfounded, is baseless, because it doesn't mean that no one knows about the present policy. The entire India knows about the present policy. Those who are at the helm of affairs, they know about the present policy of the state. It doesn't mean that no one knows. We are doing silently, quietly to implement this policy in the state of Meghalaya. It is open. You see, when we take up this issue, even inside the house, I have made a very clear statement in which I mentioned that in a very categorical term, I want to convey a message that we are not against any particular community. We are not against our Garo brothers and sisters. We just want to ensure that this policy should be reserved proportionately according to the population structure of the state.
What is your take on the government's whole process of recruitment process, the reservation policy, the roster system? What's your take on it?
See, according to my understanding, reservation policy is basically a job reservation policy. But I think so due to the misinformation or the proper information which is not given by the leaders, upfront leaders before in the state, that it had come down to the education sector also, where the reservation has been provided in the education sector also, and this has been going on for the last 50 years in the state. So I feel all these kinds of policy which is not being mandated or being passed by the assembly, they are not law as such. So these things should be reviewed, and it should be a proper system of working, because I feel with this not only the Khasi Jaintia people will suffer, the Garos also in the later years will suffer with this.
So, are you of the opinion that yes, like how the VPP leaders have stated today that giving an ultimatum to the government of 48 hours that they should come out and with a notification also stopping the recruitment process?
Yeah, I feel it is a high time because see now we know the job scarcity in our state, right? And then like now if the recruitment process is not done in a proper way, who will be losing out? It's our own people.
Due to the government's failure to hold a special session after the Voice of the People's Party had submitted a memorandum to the government, to the Meghalaya Democratic Alliance government, demanding that there should be a special session to discuss about the reservation policy and also the roster system. Due to the government's failure to respond to that, hence the VPP here today have organized a rally and also marched towards Secretariat to submit the petition. Now, during this gathering, the president of the Voice of People's Party, the VPP president, has stated that a notification has to come out from the government within 48 hours. The VPP has given an ultimatum of 48 hours that if the government doesn't issue a notification to hold or put on hold the recruitment process, they will start a protest. And if the government doesn't issue this notification, they are going to take matters into their own hands. They've also invited the youth and citizens of the state to come join them. This is Princess Rashir for EastMojo.com in Shillong.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to East Mojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.